Okay, boys and girls, let's continue to learn about text features. Okay, our essential question, how do I use text features to locate information in a text efficiently? Right, our standard says to know and use various text features like captions, bold print, subheadings, to locate key facts or information in a text efficiently. Now, there are others. We are going to learn them after we know these really well. All right, so let's review what we've learned so far. All right, in first grade, you learned about a table of contents. Remember, a table of contents is found usually close to the very beginning of the book. Right? It tells you the headings in the book and what page you will find the information on. So if I were reading this book and I wanted to know about major contributions from the life of Abraham Lincoln, I would go to page 45 and I could read under that heading and find the information. Okay, we've learned about key words. Remember, important words in the text are very important to us and they're important to our comprehension. So the author either uses bold print, like we see here for Egypt, burial places or tombs, and pyramids to show you they're important and you need to pay attention to them. They can also slant the words, which is called italics. They can use color, change the color of the text, and they can also highlight it, just like Miss Spires does sometimes to help you guys pay attention to the text. All right, the next thing is headings. All right, headings. Remember, the title page has the actual title of the book. Once you go into the book, it looks like a title, sometimes at the top of the page that tells the main idea. All right, that is the heading for that section. All right, underneath it, sometimes you will have what we call a subheading. That means under that heading, you have another topic within that topic. Okay, and those are the subheadings. So here is a subheading. How are they made? Right here it's talking about it, and here is telling how it's made, okay? Right, here's another example of what headings and subheadings look like. So your heading is like a title found at the top of the page or the beginning of the section. It's going to tell you the main idea, what it's mostly about. All right, that subheading is going to be below it. Remember, think about submarine below it, subheading. And it's going to give you an even more broken down idea about what that topic is going to be about. So here it says today and beyond, and then here it says threat to survival. So it's telling you, all right, what's happening beyond. They may not live. Okay, so it's breaking it down even more for you. Okay, nonfiction text can have photographs or illustrations. Remember, the photographs are more frequently used, but you can have illustrations in a nonfiction text. And then the most important one I think we've learned in the last few days would be captions. Captions are somewhere near a picture or an illustration, photograph, and it provides you with more information about that photograph or picture. So here, the caption is below the picture. Sometimes it's above it. Sometimes it's beside it, but it's going to be near your illustration photograph. And it's going to give you more information about the picture. It helps you understand what you're reading about, what you're learning about. All right. Now, I told you guys we are going to go on a nonfiction text feature hunt or search today. So we're going to go into Epic, and you are going to pick your own nonfiction book. Now, Miss Spires has been really intrigued and just amazed at all of the snow and storms that have been happening out west. Have you guys looked at all of the snow and snowstorms that have been happening out in Texas? Well, I have never experienced that kind of snow, and I thought, hey, it would be cool to learn a little more about blizzards. Blizzards are snowstorms, and they can actually cause a lot of damage. So I thought this is a perfect book for me to read. So you guys think about something you want to know more about. That's the purpose of nonfiction, is to learn something. Okay, and these text features are going to help you learn. So as I look, I'm going to scan through, read, and think about what I see in here. If I need to come back, I can and look back. But I'm going to try to think inside my head. So you guys help me as I read, see the text features, and help me keep a list of what I see in here. All right, it says natural disasters, blizzards. All right, I see a title. I see my photograph. All right, what are blizzards? All right, guys, here is a heading. And what are these? Bold print. That's right. Blizzards are strong winter storms. They usually hit flat plains and high mountaintops in the United States. They are common in Blizzard Alley. These cold storms bring howling wind and blowing snow. This sometimes leads to disaster. All right, guys, this is a text feature we haven't talked much about. What is this? It's a map. I know we learned about maps in social studies, but it's still a text feature. All right, so it's showing us a picture. Here is where they say is Blizzard Alley. Look, we can use our map key to help us. This is Blizzard Alley. Guys, here's Texas. Is Texas in Blizzard Alley? No. And here's Georgia. We're way far away from it, and we don't ever hardly get snow, right? All right. How do blizzards form? Blizzards form when warm, wet winds meet cold, dry winds. The warm air moves upward. The cold winds rush in below. Clouds form when the rising air holds a lot of moisture. If winds are cold enough, the moisture falls as snow. All right, guys, this is a diagram. It is showing us how snow is made. So the warm air will go up and the cold air will go down. And when the clouds get heavy enough with moisture, it will fall down. If it's cold enough, it won't be rain, it will be snow. So this is also a text feature. Strong winds blow the falling snow. Blizzards bring wind speeds of 35 miles per hour or more. Blizzards last for at least 3 hours. Look, here's bold text. Right here. Visibility is limited to 0.25 miles or less. Limited visibility. All right, guys, even though it's not in a box, this is like a caption for you. It's labeled. All right, what does it mean to have limited visibility? Look at the picture clues. They can't see. That's right. The snow's causing them not to be able to see. Visibility means your ability to see. Blizzards do not always make new snow. Ground blizzards blow snow that is already on the ground. Ground blizzards can be just as dangerous as other blizzards. Look at the mess. It's hard for them to see. Ground blizzard. It's labeled. Blizzard damage. Whiteout. Blizzards cause big problems. Blowing snow brings whiteouts. These make it hard to travel to school or work. Why do you think it's called a whiteout? Yeah, it's hard to see anything but the white, right? Heavy snow can settle onto power lines. This leads to long power outages. Look at the power lines, guys. What do you see? Yes, icicles hanging off. All right, so when it does this, what do you think happens to the lights? Yes, it says there's power outages. That means the lights are off. All right, so this is a diagram because it is drawing a line, an arrow, to show you what it is. Low wind chill can lead to frostbite. People stuck outside are in danger. Some people do not have warm shelter. Others must leave home for work. These people are most at risk during blizzards. All right, guys, this is a chart or table. It says wind chill danger, and it tells how many the wind speed, how fast the wind is blowing versus how cold it is, and how quickly you are to getting frostbite, which will damage your body. So you could read this and gain information about how dangerous it is to be out during a blizzard. Predicting disaster. Meteorologists can forecast blizzards. Satellites help meteorologists see Earth from above. Radar helps them spot changes in the atmosphere. Meteorologists send out warnings when blizzards begin to form. All right, we're pointing again. Radar in a TV weather forecast. So they're showing where the storms are so they can give you a warning that it's coming. And here they're putting it out near the road to let you know it's coming. There are other blizzard warning signs too. Strong winds may bring cold weather. They may also cause snow drifts. These clues could mean a blizzard is coming. Time to find shelter. Or look at the snow drift. Look at all the snow. All right, and this picture is labeled February 2010 North American Blizzard. Power lines are down. All right, and here's another chart that tells you information about it. You can read it to find more information. It is best to stay inside when blizzards are in the forecast. Roads may be dangerous. It is easy to get lost. People must prepare for blizzards. These dangerous natural disasters cannot be stopped. Preparing for a blizzard. So they've had to go out in the snow. Look at how high they are in the snow. Could you guys imagine being in snow like that? All right, at the end, I see the what, guys? The glossary. Remember, the glossary has all those bold print words, and it tells me what they mean. All right, so for example, one of the words was Blizzard Alley. All right, here's the definition. A region of the northern United States where blizzards are most likely to happen. Okay, so it's right there. So if I didn't understand the word, I could go back here. Here's another one we talked about, visibility. The distance a person is able to see. So it said they had limited visibility. That means they weren't able to see very far. Okay, so that is also one we've talked about. All right, and here is the index. We haven't talked about the index yet, but we do have an index we are going to learn about. All right, now your activity is going to be in Nearpod. All right, first you're going to have a video.
Hi everyone, today let's talk about the different text features authors use to organize their texts. Examples of these can be bullet points, graphs or charts, pictures and photographs, or even maps. Let's get started. The first text feature you might see would be pictures. The author gives you pictures to help you create a mental image and get a visual for what you're reading about. Next are headings. Headings are there to tell you what the article or story is going to be about. Another text feature is bold print. The author uses bold print or darkened words to help point out important words or keywords that you need to pay attention to. Next, you also have maps. The author uses maps to help show you where different places are in the world. Another text feature you might see are diagrams. The author will give you a diagram if they have a picture and they want to label the different parts of the picture so that you can better understand what they're talking about. You might see an author using a timeline. The author gives you a timeline if he wants you to see the order in which events happened. These are labeled by years. Next, the author might use graphs to present data or information. You can see different graphs in the form of tables and charts. If you're reading an article with pictures in it, you might notice the little words. These are called captions, and they tell the reader what's happening in the picture. Next, you'll see bullet points. The bullet points are small little dots, and the author uses these to list information out. Next time you're reading a book or an article, stop and think about all the different tools or text features that the author used to organize the text to help you better understand what you're reading.
Okay, the next part that we're going to do is our scavenger hunt. Okay, so I'm going to put my name at the top. Miss Spires. All right, title of your book. All right, the name of my book. Is Natural Disasters, Blizzards. Whoop. Okay, then it says the author. What's the author? All right, the person who wrote the book. So I'm going to look back at my book. All right, it's by Betsy Rathburn. All right, now it says, which text features can you find? All right, so I'm going to check off all the text features I was able to find. I'm going to take it all the way down so it's not so big. All right, guys, were there headings? Yes, there were on every page. Were there table of contents? There was a table of contents. All right, an index. Yes, it had an index. I pointed it out. A glossary. Yes, we looked up a couple of the words in the glossary. Photographs. Yes, it was all photographs. All right, were there any illustrations? I can't remember, so I'm going to look back. All right, all of that. All right, in some of, we look back, some of the diagrams, this diagram and this diagram are not photographs. So I'm going to put yes. It is like an illustration. Okay, were there captions? Okay, there were labels, but not exactly captions. Like here, but in a book, for your age, I would still be, and it's telling you more about the picture, I would give you captions if you checked it off. So even though it's not a sentence, it is telling you, if you checked off caption, I would say yes. All right, did I have a map? Yes, I had a map of Blizzard Alley. Did I have a chart? Yes, I had a chart showing about frostbite right here. Okay, so I get to check off chart. Well, I've got a lot of stuff. Did I have a diagram? Yes, I had a diagram showing how a blizzard's formed. All right, did I have any labels labeling things? I did. All right, if we look back. All right, power lines. And then the one with the radar. All right, and then did I have bold, italics, colored, or print? Had lots of bold. Look at there. Miss Byers got to check all of hers. Right at the bottom, pick a text feature that you found and tell what page you found it on. All right, so let's see.
Wind chill.
Which one I want to do. All right, I'm going to say on page 6 that I have a heading. All right, you can pick any one you want to. It doesn't have to be a heading. It can be any text feature you want to. So being it's hard to get down here, I'm just going to do it to the side up here by my puppy. I'm going to say on page 6, comma, I found a heading. Okay, and you just pick one text feature and what page you found it on. All right. Now, after you find it, you'll submit your work today because that's the only activity in here. And then I have one more thing for you if you're having trouble and need some more practice. In Boom, we've got a text feature match. There are only 10 cards per day that you play it. All right, it'll give you 3 choices. All right, you'll drag the text feature to the book. So here they're pointing to this. Is that a heading, photograph, or title? Photograph. Click check. All right, types of trucks, caption, heading, index. I'm going to let you decide, okay, because I want you guys to practice. All right, do your very best work today. If you're having any questions, please let me know. We'll go over this tomorrow. Do your best.